The book of Moses, Joshua, chapter 13. Now Joshua was old, advanced in years, and the Lord said to him, "You are old, advanced in years, and there remains very much land yet to be possessed. This is the land that yet remains, all the territory of the Philistines, and all of that of the Geshurites, from Sihor, which is east of Egypt, as far as the border of Ekron, northward, which is counted as Canaanite, and the five lords of the Philistines, and the Gazites, and the Ashdodites, the Ashkelonites, and the Gitites, and the Echeronites, and the Avites. From the south, all the land of the Canaanites, and Moriah, and belongs to the Sidonians, and far as the Apag, to the border of the Amorites, the land of the Gabulites, and all of Lebanon, toward the sunrise, from Bala Gad, below Mount Hermon, as far as the entrance to Hamath. All the inhabitants of the mountains, from Lebanon, as far as the brook Mesrepot, and all of the Sidonians, them I will drive out from before the children of Israel, only divided by lot to Israel as an inheritance, as I have commanded you. Now therefore, divide this land as an inheritance to the 9 tribes, and half the tribe of Manasseh, with the other half of the tribe of the Reubenites and the Gadites, receive their inheritance, which Moses has given them beyond the Jordan eastward, as Moses the servant of the Lord had given them. And from Aurora, which is on the bank of the river Arnon, and the town that is in the midst of Raven, and all the plain of Meba, as far as Dibon, all of the cities of Sihon, king of the Amorites, who reigned in the Heshbon, as far as the border of the children of Ammon, Gilead, and the border of the Jezreelites and the Madachites, and all Mount Hermon, and all Bashan, as far as Salcah, all of the kingdom of Og and Bashan, who reigned in Asaroth, and Arade, who remained of the remnant of the giants, and for Moses had defeated and cast them out. Nevertheless, the children of Israel did not derive out the Geshurites or the Machites, but the Jezreelites and the Machites dwelled among the Israelites until this day. Only to the tribe of Levi had he given no inheritance. The sacrifices of the Lord God of Israel made by fire are their inheritance, as he said to them. And Moses had given to the tribe of the children of Reuben an inheritance according to their families. And their territory was from Aurora, which is on the bank of the river Arnon, and the city that is in the midst of the Raven, and all the plain of Medeba, Heshbon, and all its cities that are in the plain, Dibon, Bamog, Baal, Beth Baal, Meon, Jehaza, Hadamok, Mevavah, Karajite, Sibmon, Zerat, Sharah, on the mount of the valley, Beth Peor, the slopes of Pisgah, and Beth Jezamoth, and all the cities of the plain, and all of the kingdom of Sihon, king of the Amorites, who reigned in the Heshbon, whom Moses has struck with the princess of Midian, Evi, Rekam, Zur, Hur, and Reba, who were princesses of Sihon, dwelling in the country. The children of Israel also killed with the sword Balaam, the son of Beor, the soothsayer, among those who were killed by them. And the border of the children of Reuben was the bank of the Jordan. And this was the inheritance of the children of Reuben, according to their families, and the cities and their villages. Moses also had given an inheritance to the tribe of Gad, and to the children of Gad according to their families. Their territory was Jazer, and all of the cities of Gilead, and half the land of the Ammonites, and as far as Aurora, which is before Rabbah. And from Heshbon to Ramoth, Pismah, and Bethnon, and from Mahanaim to the border of Debor, and in the valley, Beth Haran, Beth Nimrah, Sukkot, and Zaphon, and the rest of the kingdom of Sihon, king of Heshbon, with the Jordan as its border, as far as the edge of the sea of Shan, on the other side of the Jordan eastward. This is the inheritance of the children of Gad according to their families, and the cities and their villages. Moses also had given an inheritance to half the tribe of Manasseh. It was for the half the tribe of the children of Manasseh according to their families. Their territory was from Mahanaim, all Bashan, all the kingdom of Og, king of Bashan, and all of the towns of Gerar, which are the Bashan, 60 cities. Half of Gilead, and Asherite, and Arisai, cities of the kingdom of Og and Bashan, were for the children of Machir, and the son of Manasseh for half of the children of Machir according to their families. These are the areas which Moses had distributed as an inheritance in the plains of Moab and on the other side of the Jordan by Jericho eastward. But to the tribe of Levi Moses had given no inheritance. The Lord God of Israel was their inheritance, as he had said to them. Chapter 14. These are the areas which the children of Israel inherited in the land of Canaan, which were Eliezer the priest, Joshua the son of Nun, and the heads of the fathers of the other tribes of the children of Israel distributed as an inheritance to them. Their inheritance was by lot, as the Lord had commanded by the hand of Moses, for the 9 tribes and the half tribe. For Moses had given the inheritance of the 2 tribes and the half tribe on the other side of the Jordan. But to the Levites he had given no inheritance among them. For the children of Joseph were 2 tribes, Manasseh and Ephraim, and they gave no part to the Levites in the land, except cities to dwell in, with their common lands for their livestock and their property. As the Lord had commanded Moses, so the children of Israel did, and they divided the land. Then the children of Judah came to Joshua in Gilgal, and Caleb and the son of Jephunneh and Kenizzite said to him, You know the word which the Lord said to Moses, the man of God, concerning you and me in Kadesh Barnea. I was 40 years old when Moses, the servant of the Lord, sent me from Kadesh Barnea to spy out the land, and I brought back word to him as it was in my heart. Nevertheless, my brethren, who went up with me, made the heart of the people melt, but I wholly followed the Lord my God. So Moses swore on that day, saying, Surely the land where your foot has trodden shall be your inheritance and your children's forever, because you have wholly followed the Lord my God. And now behold, the Lord has kept me alive, and as he said, these 45 years, ever since the Lord spoke to this word to Moses while Israel wandered in the wilderness, and now here I am this day, 85 years old. As yet I am as strong this day as on the day that Moses sent me, just as my strength was then, as now is my strength for war, but for going out and for coming in. Now therefore give me this mountain of which the Lord spoke of in that day, for you have heard in that day how the Anakim were there, and that the cities were great and fortified. It may be that the Lord will be with me, and I shall be able to drive them out, as the Lord said. And Joshua blessed him, and gave Hebron to Caleb, the son of the Jephunneh, as an inheritance. Hebron therefore became the inheritance of Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, the Kenizzite, to this day, because he wholly followed the Lord God of Israel. And the name of Hebron formerly is Kirjath Arba. Arba was the greatest man among the Anakim. Then the land had rest from war. Chapter 15. So this was the lot of the tribe of the children of Judah according to their families. The border of Edom at the wilderness of Zin, southward, was the extreme southern border. And their southern border began at the shore of the Salt Sea, from the bay that faces southward. Then it went out to the southern side of the ascent of Carib, passed along to Zin, ascended on the south side of Kadesh Barnea, passed along to Ezron, and went up to Adar, and went around to Karka. From there it passed toward Asmon, and went out to the brook of Egypt, and the border ended at the sea, and this shall be your southern border. And the east border was the Salt Sea as far as the mouth of the Jordan, and the border on the northern quarter began at the bay of the sea at the mouth of the Jordan. The border went up to Beth Hoglah, and passed north of Beth Arabah, and the border went up to the stone of Bonan and the son of Reuben. And then the border went up to toward the Debar from the valley of Achor, and it turned northward toward Gilgal. which is before the ascent of Adummim, which is on the south side of the valley. And the border continued toward the waters of En-Shemish and ended up at En-Rogel. And the border went up by the valley of the son of Hinnom to the southern slope of the Jebusite city, which is Jerusalem. The border went up to the top of the mountain that lies before the valley of Hinnom westward, and which is at the end of the valley of Rephaim northward. And then the border went around from the top of the hill to the fountain of the water of Nephtah, and extended to the cities of Mount Ephraim. And the border went around to Baalah, which is Karajerim. And then the border turned westward from Baalah to Mount Seir, passed along to the side of Mount Jearim on the north, which is the Chesalon, went down to Beth-Shishma, and passed on to Timnah. And the border went out to the side of Ekron northward, and then the border went around to Shukron, passed along to Mount Baalah, and extended to Jabneel, and the border ended at the sea. The west border was the coastline of the Great Sea, and this is the boundary of the children of Judah, all around according to their families. And now to Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, he gave his share among the children of Judah according to the commandment of the Lord to Joshua, namely Kiriath Arba, which is Hebron, Arabah, for the father of Anak. Caleb drove out the three sons of Anak from there, Shishai, Aminon, Talmai, and the children of Anak. And then he went up from there into the inhabitants of Debar. Formerly the name of Debar was Kenar Shephar. And Caleb said, he who attacks Kirshah Sephar and takes to him, I will give Akshah, my daughter, as wife. So Othniel, the son of Kisnan, the brother of Caleb, took it and gave him Asha, his daughter, as wife. Now it was so, when she came to him, that she persuaded him to ask her father for a field. And so she dismounted from her donkey, and Caleb said to her, what do you wish? And she answered, give me a blessing, since you have given me land in the south. Give me also springs of water. So he gave her the upper springs and the lower springs. And this was the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Judah, according to their families. The cities at the limits of the tribe of the children of Judah, toward the border of Edom, and in the south were Kabzeel, Eder, Jagor, Kenna, Dima, Ada, Kadesh, Hazor, Hatayan, Zip, Hai, Tillam, Velot, Hazor, Hadatat, Kiriat, Hazar, which is Hazar, Aman, Shema, Mamolada, Hazar, Gada, Heshman, Peth Pilet, Hazar, Shula, Beshabi, Bizajota, Balaha, Izam, Elalad, Chisel, Horma, Ziklag, Madamana, Sanana, Sensasna, Zabada, Shillam, Anan, and Remnon. All of the cities are 29, and their villages. And in the lowland, Eshatol, Zorash, Ashna, Zayanan, and Ganim, Tapuyah, Enam, Jarmuth, Adulam, Sokah, Azekah, Shariam, Adinahim, Jedaram, and Jedaratiam. 14 cities with their villages. Zinon, Hadad, Ash, Migdal, Gad, and Dilim, Mizpah, Jokliah, Lachish, Baskash, Eglion, Kaban, Lamash, Kichlish, Getarat, Beth Dagon, Naaman, and Makkedah, 16 cities with their villages. Libnah, Etah, Ashan, Jiptah, Ashanah, Zibad, Kilab, Azib, and Marsha, 9 cities in their villages. Ekron with its towns and villages, and from Ekron to the sea, all that lay near Ashdod with their villages. Ashdod with its towns and villages. Gaza with its towns and villages, as far as the brook of Egypt and the great sea with its coastline. And in the mountain country, Shemir, Chatir, Sokah, Danan, Kirdak, Sananan, which is Debar, Anam, Estama, Anam, Goshen, Holon, and Gilo, 11 cities with their villages. Arab, Duma, and Ashion, Janib, Bev, Tapupaya, Akupan, Aphikon, Amitat, Kirat, Arba, which is Hebron, Zior, 9 cities with their villages. Maon, Carmel, Zep, Jutat, Jezreel, Joktiam, Zanoah, Cain, Gibeah, and Timnah, 10 cities with their villages. Haluah, Babzurah, Gedor, Marahah, Beth Anat, and Elbekon, cities with their villages. Kirath Baal, which is Kirah, Jearim, and Rabbah, 2 cities with their villages. And in the wilderness, Beth Arabah, Medan, Sikahah. Nabshan, the city of salt, and Engaddah, 6 cities with their villages. As far as the Jebusites, the inhabitants of Jerusalem, the children of Judah could not drive them out, but the Jebusites dwell with the children of Judah at Jerusalem to this day. I have read for you from the book of Joshua, chapters 13